Somebody better have a good explanation for this. Because I have no words. Like, literally, no words. Anyway, welcome to another Bursage on the Purple Rain podcast. So, we are just a few short weeks away from the start of year 3 for the PDH Club. So good that day. Especially how long the summer it's been. I know, it's been hell. Now, yeah, it's been hell, but we are finally... We're finally there. We've just got a few more weeks to go, and then we are back in business. So, for our two new teams, Vancouver and Seattle, one of the things they needed was jerseys. And we did get that this past week. But the way it was done, I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, because we got the reveals, and then later on the PHL's press release said this, and I think we were all confused. Yeah, like literally, really? Like, really? This is what's gonna happen? Yeah, like seriously? I know, I mean, I think, plus I've been ill all week, yeah. I've been seriously under the weather all week. So the last thing I needed was a confusing statement to be thrown into the mix. So yeah, so we've had a look at the jerseys, and we're gonna give you our thoughts on those in a moment, and we're also gonna explain about what's happening with brands and our situation on that. Plus, it now means I've got to redo the news section for season 3's opener. Have you already got that finished? Yeah, I already got that recorded. I'm going to scratch that now because it's now going to be out of date. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, so PHL Seattle and PHL Vancouver unveiled their inaugural jerseys ahead of the 25-26 season. And basically, the jerseys are what I think us three have been speculating for months now, is that it would go down the PDHL moniker route. There's going to be, they will not have a brand or a name in time ready for their first year. They'll go through the PHL moniker for their first season, and then for their second season, that will be 26-27. They'll have a name, brand, done. Yeah, and I think we saw these jerseys before, okay, it kind of makes sense. It's interesting how they combine the jersey templates from year 1 and year 2 together. Absolutely. Yeah, and I think it kind of works well, it blends both together, but... did we really need it? Well, what, can I just say something? Remember how in the inaugural season we all thought they were taking the piss with making Minnesota be diagonal lettering? Yeah. What about Vancouver? I know, I think Vancouver's got more letters, hasn't it? I think so. Vancouver. Or about the same, maybe. Sorry, but what's the same? What's the same? Actually, no, okay, but the same. Because, yeah, Minnesota. Yeah! Oh, they just, yeah, but just, yeah, ridiculous. I know, it's ridiculous. Right. Yeah. So, each jersey features the city's name stitched diagonally across the front, paying homage to the designs worn by the PHL's Inaugural Six teams in the league's first season. Yeah. Now, that, of course, in that Inaugural season worked really well. I mean, were they great jerseys? No. No, that's just great. And some of them, the colour schemes didn't even match what we basically got. I mean, I'm going to be honest. No, I did not like ours from year 1. Yeah, I mean, I think the coloration was too dark. I did not like the black. I did not like the black. I was like, I would have preferred some purple and white to purple and black. So I was very pleased last year that we got that. So obviously the dominant jersey is purple, and then obviously here on the shoulder you've got the white. I absolutely love this. Yeah. No, but I thought ours was too dark. And also, New York, the colour scheme didn't work because you thought it was turquoise. I know. I didn't know it was teal. And you should know. I know, right? I know. It's got that. Okay, but wait a minute. No. But we all knew, okay, this is what we have to deal with. We need to make compromises in order for this to succeed. And that means we spend a whole season with rubbish jerseys. Especially if it was only 24 games that year. Exactly. But, as we later discovered, always not as it seems. No. Because the press release then goes on to say that Seattle and Vancouver will officially reveal team identities, including team names and logos, prior to the season beginning, which will be incorporated into on-ice uniforms for the 2026-27 season. Now, initially, we were a bit less confused by that, because what? Yeah, what? So, you're telling me that they have got names and logos ready, but you're not going to incorporate them on your apparel until next year. Until this time next year. Answers on a postcard, please, Shayna Hefford.
Yeah.
Like, and this is this has caused quite the furore on social media. I even got dragged into another stupid Twitter fight. Oh, why do you do it, George? I don't! I do not go look into this. It's people respond to my posts. And the cheek of the bastard tried to then farm me afterwards. I'm like, no! You don't get to drag me into a Twitter fight and then farm my account afterwards. No. I've been with the league from day one. I'm an advocate of the PHL. You're not going to win in an argument against me on social media. Alright, so nap off. Pathetic. But it has got quite the fraud on social media. It's called confusion on social media. And it just goes, what is this? Amateur hour? Do you remember when we started a few weeks ago when we said the honeymoon period was over? Nope. Well, I definitely now know what that actually means. Well, this is where the hard work is now going to really kick in for us. This is now where the hard work is really going to kick in. Which I always knew it was as soon as we get expansion teams, but the way it's been, I can't defend this. Now, I can't defend this. Look, right. If Seattle and Vancouver have not got brands in time, fine, you do the PDHL marker. As you look at it, Seattle and Vancouver actually had a decent placeholder logo, which none Inaugural Six had in that inaugural season. I'll let you do it later. In the inaugural season, all we had for branding was the league logo, our city's name in the team's colours, and that was it. It was not much branding. No, I couldn't use that at all for any socials posts I wanted to do. That's why I couldn't do the social stuff until last season, because we didn't have anything to go on. Whereas at least Seattle Bankers just said it, they had got decent placeholder logos like we saw Utah had last season in their chat, which worked until you had a brand in place. Yeah. So, yeah, but I just look. If Seattle Vancouver got brands ready, then roll them out. Roll them out. Plus, when is this rebuild going to happen? A week? 2 weeks beforehand? It's... Oh, just... Well, it's got to be soon, because obviously, with Vancouver being primary test Pacific Coliseum, if they've got a logo, it needs to go on centre ice. Yeah, with the next fortnight. Yeah, I'd imagine. Yeah. So, and of course, Vancouver and Seattle, their pre-season scrimmage is at Pacific Coliseum. Yeah. So it is going to be a brand reveal. Maybe you want to do it before pre-season, so during the rivalry series. Yeah. But come on, this is amateur hour here. If they have got names and brands, then why are the brands not going on the jerseys? Yeah. Why are they not going on the jerseys? This just feels ridiculous. Yeah. And it's all very well Seattle saying, oh, well, we've sold lots of jerseys within the... Yeah, we made new PHL record for selling jerseys on day one. Yeah, well, you might have got more if your brand was put... Your logo was put off centre of it. Yeah, just like... I mean... You could make an argument that every PHL team should go through the PHL marker. So it's been your first season as PHL, so in this case PHL Vancouver and PHL Seattle, and then the second year is when you get your name and brand. You could make an argument for that. Yeah, we won't do it right now, but you could make an argument for that. That each team that comes to the league should go through that PHL marker for their first year, then their second year, that's when they can then have their names and brands, because that's what all the Inaugural Six did. But obviously, that was maybe because we have the time constraints we had to get year one up and running. Exactly, yeah. So, let's look at it from that point of view. But I agree, lady, it's ridiculous. If the teams have got their names and brands signed off, then roll them out. Put them on the jersey. Yeah, because, okay, yes, these jerseys have sold well so far, and I don't know what they were like in the Inaugural season, wise, but when you think about it, these just feel like basic jerseys, because that's what they did feel like in year one. They weren't able to truly reflect the actual brands that would follow. Now, especially for New York, because obviously, well, in New York, their inaugural season, the jersey looked like turquoise, and then in year two, it was more teal, which blended well with the Sirens' actual brand. Same with the Charge. They had red in year one, but I felt the red was more amplified in year two when the Charge brand was revealed. Also, us, we had better purple last year than we did in year one. Exactly, because the team name jerseys just look bland and basic, they don't really reflect the true nature of what the brand will be. So, chances are you get to redesign the jerseys again this time next year to actually properly reflect what the brand will be. I think it's stupid how we're going to have a logo and a name for these two teams, but it's not going to be on the jerseys. I think it's stupid. I think it's absolutely stupid. If you've got brands, show them off. You only get one opportunity to make a first impression, and they're already blowing it. Already blowing it. Yep. I just. Look, I'm fine if they want to do these jerseys, but if you've got a name and brand in place, then I don't see the point in doing it. If you do not have brands, fine, go down the PHL marker route. We know it worked in year one, and that's fine. But if you have got a name and brand ready, then why is it not go on the jersey? It does make you question when were these brands signed off. Because both teams were announced back in April. Well, end of April. Yeah, Vancouver 23rd, Seattle 30th of April 2025. So, we did speculate when we did the episodes announcing the announcement episodes for those two. Yeah, we did speculate could they maybe not give Henderson a bit more time, but from the announcement to their first game, but yeah. It does make you wonder, when did those brands get signed off? Because if they got signed off already in the barns, then why they not go on the jerseys? Yeah. Why they not going on the jerseys? Just anyone want to answer that? Answer the postcard. Somebody? Anybody? Anyone? No? Right. Let's actually get to it, because we could be here all night ranting about it, but we at the very least need to at least talk about the jerseys. So let's start with. Should we start with Vancouver? So. Okay. So Vancouver, we know from their announcement back in April, are going with Pacific Blue and cream as their colours. But we do know that Vancouver now has a secondary colour. It's absolutely ridiculous. It just looks absolutely ridiculous. But at least their secondary colour is obvious, because last season when they had the brand reveal, every team said they had now the secondary colour, but you just couldn't really see it. No. So at least Vancouver was said, yeah, we've got a secondary colour, and at least they don't. Yeah, but the placement there is absolutely stupid. So it's been done on the sleeves. It's kind of similar to what you two do with the LA Kings. Yeah, but ours is consistent. That's not. Well, I don't know. Yeah. What do we make of that secondary colour then with the orange? Because it is orange, despite what the initial release. What did the initial press release say? Well, the official press release says that Vancouver's colours are. Hold on, let's find it. There we go. Pacific Blue and cream with an earthy bronze accent. No, that's orange. That's orange. No, you can say it's bronze, but no, we all know it's orange. It's orange. It's orange. It's orange. Do you want to know what Seattle's are? Then we can look at the jerseys properly. Yeah. Seattle's colour scheme has changed, since, because back in the announcement in April it was said they're going to be emerald green, well it's not anymore. Seattle are now going to be wearing deep slate green. That just sounds like a GX car chart, doesn't it? Terry, can you check if that's thunder or slate? And I said it, well, I'll say it again. Yeah, you did. It just looks like the Boston Fleets. It really does. It just looks like the Boston Fleets colour scheme. While you back in April did fear that could happen. And, well, here we are. Fast forward now. A month before the season begins. No, look! It's very similar to the Boston Fleets colour scheme. I bet the Fleet are regretting going down the maritime route because they just know that Seattle is going to copy that. They're going to absolutely copy that. which is fair, because Seattle's got the better is more known for maritime history than Boston is. But and I kind of feel that with that, I think in terms of names, I'm thinking maybe we're going to get sea creatures for both. Yeah. Well, I honestly I've got no idea what I think the names could be, but I think sea creatures also likely could be good. Well, especially if Vancouver's got a secondary colour, so we'll see what the colour does. Yeah. So this is where Vancouver's secondary colour is. So it's like a block on each jersey's sleeves here. So ours is white, as is Seattle's, but Vancouver's gone with the orange. It's orange, yeah. That's not bronze. That's not bronze. Are you trying to kid? Oh, bronze, my ass. That is orange. That is orange. What do we make of them though? Let's pay shops and fire force. What do we actually properly make of these jerseys? Well, they're actually not that bad. They are decent first jerseys. Problem is, you've got a brand coming and it's not going on the jersey. Yeah. This is a complete foul. It's a complete cock up. Major blunder. We could go on. Yeah. Okay. You've got to think this through properly, especially if you want to then do 4 in one. Oh no! In one switch. No, no. We can't have this till next year. 40s wearing jerseys like that. No. That would be a core of the league. Yeah. No. Well, normally with expansion, an expansion team would get announced, but they would not be starting. But they would not be starting play literally the next year. Because you look at the NHL, for example, the Vegas got awarded their team in 2016, didn't begin playing until 17-18, and the Kraken got awarded their team in 2018, but didn't start playing until 2021. Even though they were in 2020. Yes. Yeah, because the Kraken's bid was for 2020, and then the league and that, when the pitch made announcement, it was 2021, because they felt the league was not be ready. Yeah. Plus, would you really want to? Okay, I know we could not foresee it at the time, but would you really want 2020 to have been your starting year? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah. But no. So normally in sports, because of expansions, you don't normally begin play a couple of months after you've been awarded your team. You normally get a year's grace to basically set up operations beforehand. But as we know, the PHL does not like to stick to the status quo. They like to go it their own way, which I'm applauding on for that. But seriously, that's right. We cannot, if the league wants to do 4 new teams next year, we cannot have a core of the league wearing bland jerseys like that, while everyone else has got brands in play. It's gonna look ridiculous. It's gonna look ridiculous. Yeah. But that's the only criticism I've got. I think these jerseys look decent. It's just, wow, what's the point of you already having a brand in place if you're not going to put it on the jersey? Should have been rolled out together. Yeah. Should have been, you wait until you do these jerseys by, but in terms of brand, you wait until you've got them on your jerseys before you roll it out. You only get one opportunity to make a first impression. Okay, what do you make of the note? I don't really know what to expect, because it's not going to be a true reflection of their brands. Yeah. All we've got it's just a base colour, and that's about it. So I just kind of feel, yeah, fine, but really, are these going to reflect your brand? No. Because doing these jerseys, all you get is just a basic template. You don't have opportunity to showcase your brand. I just feel, I don't think I can really excited for these, because chances are next year we're going to have better jerseys for them with their brands in play. Yeah. They're alright. Not great. I just think, yeah, the design is quite basic, but they'll work for this season. But obviously, this next year, they will go out the window. And you know what? So you're right. We're probably not going to be able to get a true perception of what the brands will look like until we get the logos on the jerseys. But what are we actually playing at here? Because if Vancouver and Seattle do not have their brands ready, fine, no problem. But the fact that they're going to have their brands ready, but they're not going on the jerseys, that is just a massive, cock up. Yep. And you would have thought that the league would have learnt their lessons from starting from scratch with the Inaugural Six. But oh no, it's going even worse. It's going even worse because they're literally trying to have the best of both worlds. It's not going to work. Can't work. No, cannot. It cannot and does not work. No, it's just a complete, utter mess. You know, it's just going to make us look like amateur hour. If they've got brands, put them on the jerseys. If they don't have brands, fine. These jerseys will do. But seriously, as you've pointed out though, we're not going to get a true reflection of what the brands will be until next year, because they're not going on the jersey, because these are basic templates. Yeah. So, I just... What are we doing? What are we doing here? I mean, come on. We're supposed to be excited. We've got team expansion teams joining us, and we can't even get their brands right. We can't even get that rollout done right. No, it's going to be up. Plus, if I was going to support one of these two teams, and I was heard that we're going to have a brand come in, but it's not going, but I've got to wait another year before I can buy a jersey it on, I would not be happy. No. I would not be happy. No. Plus, the best way for fans to represent their teams is through the gear. And if you have gear on that has the team logos on, then you're going to have more people literally on the streets going, ooh, what is that? And they'll want to ask you about it, and then they'll get involved with it. You can't do that if all you've got is just Seattle or Vancouver on. Nah. You can't do that. No. Can't do that. No. So, this is a massive blunder. And it just sends mixed signals. It just sends mixed signals to me. It really does. So I'm really not impressed with this at all. I just don't know what the league was thinking. Yeah. Either, especially if the brands had already been signed off. Yeah. Well, I'd love to know when those brands got signed off. Yeah, I'd love to know. Yeah. Would love to know. Yeah. For me, it's simple. Either you go the PHL marker, or you get your brands out. That is what you're doing for your first season. It's one or the other. Don't try and do both, because it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work at all. Oh my god. What are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah, so those are Vancouver and Seattle's jerseys. So now we know that brands will be coming. That does mean we'll have more episodes for you guys. We will do it similar to what we did last year. So when the reveal of PHL Vancouver and PHL Seattle's brands happens, the three of us will reconvene for and we'll do our thoughts about them both. And then I will do a separate episode for each of them where I'll go in a little bit more detail. Because that's what we did. Because last year when we had the Inaugural Six reveal their brands, we did an episode where we did all six in one go. Took a week. Took a whole week. It's still the most longest thing I've ever recorded across the many years I've been doing content. Yeah. So and then I did individual shows for all six. So that's how we'll do it again. For Vancouver and Seattle. So that's going to be. So is the only thing we need now for this season Takeover Tour? We just need to know what the TPGs are. Yeah, so Takeover Tour. Yeah. That's the only thing we've got missing now for this season. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah. Right. But honestly, what were they thinking? Yeah. Well, these brands better be good. Yep. Absolutely. These brands better be good. Because obviously, Inaugural Six last year knocked out of the park. So, yeah, no pressure. No pressure. But seriously, amateur hour. Just amateur hour.